With Nakamura already in the finals, the question is who will progress in Ding Liren and Magnus Carlsen, the world champion? The first game was a draw. It was a crunch game where Carlsen gave up his bishop, but Black couldn't progress. So at the end, it was a draw. So we come down at the second game with Ding Liren with white pieces and Magnus Carlsen with black, and we joined the game at the move Queen D3 from Ding Liren, the move 31. Well, at this moment, the position looks quite level. There is no significant threat at the moment, but in this position, Carlsen makes a huge blunder. King h7, and this loses immediately to a tactic. Rook takes knight. Pawn recaptures, and after Queen e3, Carlsen resigns. So why did he resign? Let's say make any random move. If he plays, let's say Rook c6, then Queen takes, and Queen g7 mate is unavoidable. Big mistake by Magnus Carlsen in game 2, trailing a point behind Ding Liren after game 2 with 2 games to go. Let's jump at game 3 where Carlsen has white pieces and he starts with d4. Liren repeats the moves as he did in game 1, and we see the London system. We used to see this position from Magnus, and a lot of players play this position, and some players play against me as well. One particular opponent plays this against me quite often when I play chess, and he had quite a lot of success, but at the end I was able to tackle that and eventually had a good score against this system. But still a very good system played at the top level. When you need to win crunch games, this is the system you can trust blindly. So normal development, Queen b6. Well, let's jump a move behind. At this position, white tends to play c3, so that if Queen b6, then Queen b3 comes, exchanging queens and going for a reasonable endgame for both players. But here Carlsen plays e3, still not bad at all. Clever. Queen b6, so Rook b1 defends this pawn, very crucial pawn. Bishop d6, the normal developing move. Normally bishop tucks back here, but he plays c3. Now he plays c3, so probably his idea is to be playing Queen b3 and offering the exchange of queens. Exchanges in the c file, and bishop takes f4, leaving this pawn isolated. So up to here this is normal stuff, still okay. 2 pieces attack this, but it's not going to be sorry about that. 2 pieces attack this pawn, but it's not going to be significant at the moment. Knight b3, just giving one more defender, in fact 2 more defenders with one move. So a5 is the intention, to tuck this knight somewhere, probably knight c5. We'll see later. a3, and now a4. Knight goes to c1. Still position is quite clever, and Liren is about to castle in this position. I don't know when, but we'll see in the game. Knight c3, improving the knight's position and also attacking this beautifully placed knight in the center. Queen c7, that's a good move. g3, I think his intention was to fianchetto his bishop and then castle this side, but this is the move he could have simply done with it. He could have taken the pawn on a4. Things won't look so bad with Queen a5 check, and Black eventually gains his pawn back, but still a playable position with white, and some equal trades going on. So not so significant threats at this position. Position would have been around about equal. He could have gone with it. He plays g3. Not a bad move. Still not a bad move. He takes, and now knight is ready to place itself on b3. That's a cool knight, supported by a pawn. Rook c2. Queen d6. Looking at this pawn. When I was watching this game live, I thought that Carlsen would play rook a2 to defend this pawn, and then queen b1 to strengthen the hold. But here Carlsen gives up this pawn for the development and then castles. And here I believe that Liren was somewhat taken aback. He found that this queen is not well placed, and it seemed uncomfortable with the next move, the knight jumping here and exchanging this bishop. Although this bishop looks really poor at sitting at d7, but I think this thing played a significant role in Liren's next move, which was f6. To stop this knight e5 move, he could have castled here, and with this pawn here, this position would have been playable. Now what happens with f6? This pawn is very loose indeed, and it could be a potential target going later in the game. And Carlsen does a good job in exploiting this e6 weakness, as we will see. Rook e1, castled. Queen b1, that was the move that I was looking for. Queen d6, tucking back now. So even though Liren is a pawn up, this pawn may look dangerous, but it can be dragged off by rook a2 and the pawn will stop. And not to forget, this pawn cannot move at the moment because it is protecting the knight on b3. Rook goes to e2 now. More pressure on e6, although it's defended by queen and bishop, but e6 is a soft point in this position. h6, f5, that's a good move. Now putting more pressure here, and here Liren cracks. He takes the pawn. More important, it would have been to defend that pawn with another rook, or I should say another defender, the rook on f, or would have been rook on a as well. And if this is taken, then this position is playable for Liren. Rooks might get exchanged, and he can play this position with bishop going back to f7. This could have been taken care of. This position would have been playable, but instead he takes the pawn, gives a very good chance for Carlsen to crash in. Now this looks very dangerous for black, and Carlsen takes the pawn on f5, attacking the queen, and with the battery of rooks going on e8, this looks decisive. I think this is already hopeless for Liren. He could have played queen c7, knight e7 comes, and bishop f5. It's just horrible situation. Instead he takes the knight, and in this position he is a rook down. Still doesn't look like that. He can play knight f3 check and get back his material, which he does. King h1, sensible move. So he gets back his material, and now Carlsen could have played queen a8 check and things would have ended immediately. But Carlsen here takes the bishop, and Ding Liren also blunders with knight f3. He could have simply played queen e7 to give his king some defender in this position, some close defender piece defending its king close to it. But in this situation, both parties made terrible mistakes. Knight f3 was played, and then it was all over. Bishop g6, and it's mate. Queen c8 was the last move of the game, and here Ding Liren resigns. Queen d8, queen takes d8, checkmate is undefendable and unavoidable. Wow, the first three games scores are level with finals place at stake. What happens in game 4? We will check it out in the next video. I hope you like this one. Thanks for watching. Cheers. Bye.